Have you guys noticed how in society, as a young man, when you're brought up, society as a whole, you're not really taught the benefits of being a good man? Like, that's not even really a conversation that gets had. In society today, if you have like a desire to be a good man, you're seen as like a religious nut. Like, oh, that guy must be a Bible basher. Society, the governments, the elites, the oligarchs, the media, they've done a great job of like making fun of anyone who wants to better themselves or spiritually connect or spiritually advance. Like, I'm kind of arguing with a guy who I've been friends with my whole life, basically, right? And we're not really in each other's lives, but we kind of are, because the online world is crazy and we're connected all the time. And my friend doesn't really understand my perspective of like being clean and sober and staying sane and the things I have to do to stay okay in my own skin. And when I say sane, I just mean like, you know that feeling when you know you've messed everything up and you've made the terrible wrong choice and it's led you to make multiple wrong choices? That feeling when you're sitting with yourself and there's no getting out of yourself, so you just proceed to numb yourself? That's the loop I was in the last time this friend saw me. And it's weird how he doesn't understand my perspective of not wanting to mess up anymore. Like, there's a line you have to draw in your life as a man to feel good about yourself. And for my grandfather, he explained this to me when I was very young. And I didn't understand it at the time, but I understand it now. I was skipping school, I was messing up, I was gonna get kicked out of school. It was going to impact a whole bunch of areas of my life. And my grandfather said, you can live here if you go to school. But I felt so entitled because I was his grandson. And the school called and told him that I missed class. And I basically have one more chance. This was in grade 9 or grade 10. And I said, why? I think I called my grandpa a rat, to be honest. Like, I was messed up, no respect at all. And I asked him, why are you ratting me out? And he told me, I'm not lying for you, Cody. And I said, why? They're nobody. You don't know them. Like, they don't care about you. I'm your grandson. And he said, yeah, but I stand on my morals and my values. My grandfather's never talked to me about his spiritual beliefs, but my grandfather has always had very high morals, very high values. When I was a kid, I would kind of go visit him every second weekend. He would come pick up me and my brother. He lived about 2 hours away, and he would drive down, pick us up, and then drive all the way back. And then on Sunday, he would do the same thing, drop us back off at home. Especially when like my parents got into addiction and my grandmother left my grandfather. This is a different story. I'll get into it for a second. But when I was about 7, my grandmother left my grandpa. My grandfather's a very old school, no BS kind of man. Old fashioned to the core. He's so stubborn and old fashioned that people hate him for it. And guess what? He doesn't care whatsoever, because he's more than comfortable in his own skin. And now I understand what my grandfather said. I won't lie for you. I stand on my beliefs. Now I understand. When I came to visit my grandfather and, you know, he would take me to the movie store to rent a movie, he would never allow me to watch the things that my parents let me watch, because he didn't want that in his house. And it's his house, his rules. Like, who did I think I was? Questioning that. No respect. Us millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, we have no respect. Not like that generation. Not like the boomers. And you know what? Our parents, Gen X, they had no choice but to have respect or they'd get slapped upside the head. And I think that's where we've gone wrong. Go cry to someone about your parents who are trying to raise you, so then you can get taken away from your family and put into a family that doesn't care about you. But guess what? They won't smack you upside the head. They'll let you do whatever the hell you want. Then you grow up and become an animal. You don't care about anything but yourself in that case. And we seem to think that's the solution. The government raising your children. People have no idea the things that go on in these government-run group homes, foster homes. If they did, the whole system would be uprooted. It's disgusting. My grandfather told me he wouldn't lie for me. And he didn't tell me that it's because he would end up feeling crappy about himself. He didn't owe me that explanation. It's just not in his beliefs, not in his morals. That's my problem if I don't get it. He was able to sit comfortably in his own skin, no problem. Other people don't like it. Guess what? Who cares? And my friend doesn't understand that I cannot involve myself in anything that I feel is bad. And he's trying to convince me that it's not bad and that it's harmless. No. Someone's impacted at the end of the day, negatively. Someone's hurt. From me. And from what he wants. It's not what I want. I don't need shit. I have everything I need and more. God provides. When you do the right thing and you give up trying to selfishly better yourself for material gain at the expense of someone else, I don't care if that other person has 10 times more than me and they're a piece of crap and maybe they deserve it. They don't just, it's not coming from me. I don't need that karma in my life. I care about my spirit. Kill me, I don't care. Beat me up, I don't care. What's that gonna do? You know what's worse? Not being able to sit in my own skin. Beating myself up. I'm not scared of anybody. The only thing I'm scared of is God. God's wrath. I'm scared of my spirit being damaged by myself, because at the end of the day, we got no one else to blame but ourselves for our own actions. And we need to learn from our past mistakes. We need to not make the same mistakes 5 times. Even if you make the same mistake 10 times, learn, grow. There's more going on here than what we think, what we understand. There's far more to life than who has the most material, who has the most money, who has the nicest car, the hottest girl. This stuff is fleeting. None of this stuff lasts. But what really lasts is how we feel, how we feel about ourselves, our self-esteem, our self-worth. These things are built upon hardship and struggle. You know what I mean? These things are built on the back of sacrifice. We don't always see it till it's too late. But I'm not allowing myself to be late to the party anymore. You need to stand on what's righteous, what's right in your mind, not for anyone else. What's right in here? What feels right? What's wrong? Develop your morals, develop your values. You're going to have them for life, and they're going to take you through the dark times. Even if you make a mistake, and you can always come correct, but you got to follow your heart and follow your integrity. Food for thought.